Hi farm friends, Jacqueline here at Head Family Farm. 22 days ago, we got a very special package in the mail. You're gonna get to see our incubation process from start to finish, from day 1 to day 21.
I'm so excited about what's in this box.
That package contained 12 American Serama eggs from a breeder in Ohio that is several states away from us. So these eggs had a little bit of a journey. They were in the mail for 3 days, and upon their arrival here at Head Family Farm, I took them out and placed them air cell up in an egg carton to rest for about 6 hours. Now typically when we receive shipped eggs, I would allow them to rest and put them into our big cabinet incubator. This incubator is on a tilt system, and it holds the eggs air cell up and tilts them in a tray. And we would do that because shipped eggs do better when the air cell is kept upright, because in shipping the air cell can detach, and that makes it harder for the chick to hatch out because they need to pip into that pocket of air when they are getting ready to hatch. That's the first air that they breathe. If you've ever boiled an egg, then you know there's usually that little air pocket. And sometimes it's in an odd place in your boiled egg, but typically it's at the fattest end of the egg. And that is where we want our air cell to be and to be attached, because that's where chicks will naturally pip and find that first breath of air. So typically we would hatch in our GQF cabinet incubator that holds those eggs upright. But we wanted to do this special hatch in a Nurture Right 360 incubator. We wanted to do this to share with you the incubation and hatching process in one of these, because this is one of the most readily available and cost-effective incubators on the market. You can pick this up at Tractor Supply or you can order it on Amazon. It is the Harris Farms Nurture Right 360, and it holds 22 eggs. This little incubator is wonderful. I don't even know how many chickens we have hatched in these, probably over 200 at this point. We like to do special hatches in them. We hatched call ducks in them last year. We have hatched full-size ducks in them. They are a workhorse of a little incubator, and we have 2 of these, and we've never had any issues with temperature or humidity being incorrect. A very important thing is your incubator needs to be in a temperature stabled area. You don't want to put your incubator outside or in an outbuilding where temperature would fluctuate like it would in the outside air. A lot of people like to put theirs in a closet, but we really like to keep ours on our kitchen island. It's in a central area. We walk past it multiple times a day. We can keep an eye on that humidity level. I keep a cup of room temperature water right next to the incubator so I can add it if I think it needs any. A huge reason to hatch in one of these incubators is because you can see everything that's going on. And that is the most exciting thing of all, especially with having little chicks. When they start hatching, it's magical. Every single time we're glued to the incubator. It is the most exciting thing happening on the farm anytime there are chicks hatching. I cannot wait for you to see how this incubation and hatch went. I really hope that you enjoy this video and that you are able to learn something about hatching. If you are looking at hatching your own eggs, leave your questions in the comments. We've been doing this for several years now, and we are happy to help. They are so tiny. Look at that. So tiny. This is a normal size standard chicken egg, and here's the Serama egg. It's about half the size, at least. I hope that these hatch. we're gonna candle our Serama eggs. We have 14 days left. So it's been 7 days. We're gonna see how they're doing. You ready, Eleanor? Here. All right, we're gonna turn on our light, and I'm gonna grab an egg for us to look at. That one's developing. Look at the little dot moving around.
Isn't it?
See it bouncing around?
Look, it's the heart.
Oh,
I see the heart too. I see the heart.
All right, we're gonna put that one back in.
It's
We're not gonna candle all of them. That one's got one too, look.
It's moving.
Yeah. Wow. Its air cell detached though, and its air cell is on the wrong end.
That's okay.
And that happens in shipping sometimes. So you can see the air cells down here when the air cell should be up here.
That's okay.
So that one may have a little bit of trouble hatching. Look, that one does too. Wow. They traveled all the way from Ohio
It's moving.
to Alabama. And do you remember what these are?
Serama eggs.
Serama eggs.
It's so cute.
Bouncing around. I'm gonna check one more that's on a different side.
It kind of looks weird.
This one is too. Look. Yay. I hope we have a lot. And these, some of them may hatch frizzle. And that's gonna be so cool.
I think the frizzles are the really ones that we don't really get. Look, so many babies already, and it's kind of weird to see them move around.
Yeah.
But now that you see the eye bouncing around, it's like watching you.
Yeah, and their eye forms first.
And their heart.
And their heart. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and then they start to get their body formed, and there's right there, it was the eye you could see in the heart. See, they're really close together.
Yep, you're right. Add just a teeny tiny bit of water. I'm gonna turn this off. I did a very quick candle when I put our shelf liner in here. That helps the babies not slip on the slicker plastic. The Nurture Right 360 has a really great grate in the bottom of it, but we still like to use a shelf liner cut to the size of the floor of the incubator, just to give those babies a little bit of a better start gripping so that they don't get splay leg, and it reduces any foot or leg issues that they could develop. We had 7 eggs that are alive, and they're moving around inside their egg, and they are pipping through their air cell, and we have just under 24 hours before we start seeing them pip through the outer eggshell. So that's so exciting. So we have 5 eggs that I have removed that did not develop, or that stopped developing. Actually 3 developed to about a week and then stopped. So that was interesting, but that can absolutely happen anytime with anything. And Seramas are way more fragile than other breeds. And this is excellent for getting shipped eggs in the mail. I'm really, really happy with this, and I cannot wait to see what we hatch. I'm gonna use the egg candling feature on top of this Nurture Right 360 to let you see what it looks like when an egg stops developing. On this egg, you can see it's dark here, but there's no movement. There's nothing happening movement-wise. And if I flip the egg over, same thing. There's a dark spot that's moving around with me moving the egg. Now, if I do like this, you can see it kind of swishes. It swishes back and forth. A live and developing egg would not do that. If you're ever unsure, you can do just a little swish back and forth, and you can see it moving. Really easy. Here's one that did not develop at all. We call these light bulb eggs. and it's because they fully light up like a light bulb. And you can see up here at the top, the yolk is floating. And as I move the egg around, the yolk will move with it. You can see the yolk right here. Really quickly, I'm gonna grab one egg out of here and show you what it looks like. All right, here is a healthy and developing egg. You can actually see the chick moving right here. You can see its beak. You see it moving? I'm gonna pop it back in the incubator, but when I move the egg, you can see it just barely. And it's already pipped through that inner air cell into, oh, it's peeping. Hey, baby. Hello, baby. I talk to the eggs all the time. So it's pipped through and it's able to peep and it's breathing the air that's in that air cell, and it'll pip through the outer shell in just a couple of hours. I find it to be important to handle your eggs as little as possible. I have only done one candling other than moving them just now. I have not done anything other than make sure that my humidity is staying up and that my temperature is correct. And so my humidity is climbing right now because I had the dome off, but I've got plenty of water in here, and you can see it's going up. It went from 57 to 58, now it's up to 59. So it'll keep climbing, and I want it to be between 65 and 70%. It's best to not open the incubator until all eggs have hatched and all chicks are fully dried off. Day 21 was finally here, and we started hearing peeps from inside the incubator. It's late and I came to check on everybody. And I think this is gonna be our last chick. And it is dark, whereas the other ones are all light with what you call a chipmunk pattern. It's the wild type pattern. But they're all gonna be lighter. And this one looks really dark. Hello, sweetheart. It's had a harder hatch than the rest. All of the others pipped and zipped around their eggs really quickly. You can see on this egg, they pip and then they spin in the egg and they use that egg tooth to chip away and break the eggshell, and then they pop the top off. You can see it on that one too. And the others, all the others have hatched really well. Now, these other eggs, I'm not messing with them. Sorry, babies. I'm not gonna mess with them until tomorrow. I want these babies to dry all the way off. Can you believe how precious they are? They're just sleeping. Hi, babies. Hello. Are you sleeping in the food bowl? I have given them some food and water in here, and we actually had some Japanese bantams come to us that were not doing so well, so I put them in here in the incubator to warm them up. That is a surefire way to give chicks a better start, and I wanted them to have some company. So for now, until in the morning, the Seramas and the Japanese bantams are in here together, and they have access to food and water. We'll move them to a little dedicated brooder for them tomorrow. And they're just tuckered out. Thank you so much for spending time here with us at Head Family Farm. I hope you enjoyed our hatching video of our precious Seramas. We will be updating you as they grow and what colors they are, and if we do have any frizzles, because that is a possibility with these. Thank you so much for being here. We hope that you have a blessed weekend, and we will see you back here very soon.
Thank you.